This is our second day out, different spot. Don't know much about where we're at. We started late, took the kids to school, so we don't have any roost gobbling intel. We just have a strong probability there's turkeys here based on the landscape. The wind's not blowing yet. It's cool, but the sun's out. I think the birds will probably answer a call, so I hope so anyway. Try to get up here and cast the call down into this. There's a nice basin down there. There was a hen right here on a dust bowl. I must have snuck up on her. Yeah, she's by herself. She's right here. I can see her feathers. Just having a nice little sun bath. And I was standing right there. Well, I haven't heard anything. We just saw the one hen that was on the dust bowl. I'm just in a spot where I can project my call down multiple drainages, and I got nothing to answer. I'm not hearing anything gobble on its own, so they're definitely here. It's snow. I mean, this is perfect habitat, and there's evidence on the road. There's sign, poop, and tracks, and so it's just one of those things where those toms are locked down with the hens they got, and don't need to gobble because they are flush with girlfriends right now. Flicker wants to get into a calling contest with me. I think he'll win. Alright, nothing answering up here on top. So I heard a gobble down in there. His ways. I got him to gobble again, and then he answered me. They're down there somewhere. Pretty quiet. They're not super hot. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. So he's down at the bottom down there, and he's in the woods. Actually a really great rough grouse spot. And I'm sure he's just cruising that creek because he's probably got hens with him. I think there's two, but I'm not certain. And I don't think he's gonna come all the way up here, so I'm gonna have to split the distance with him. But that's the only bird I've heard. There's a bigger bird down in the bottom, but I'm gonna screw around with this jake a little bit. There's at least 2 more in the bottom. This guy's just right here. I just can't see him. He's mad because he thinks he knows where I'm supposed to be. I mean, it sounds like a full gobble now. Before it did not. I would have put $20 down. That was a Jake. And it had a full rolling gobble at the end when it was gobbling at something else, but it came like right there. And then I looked over the corner of my eye and it's standing right there. And I thought, man, that's a whole different bird. And I could have turned and shot, but I was also just like, why? I mean, that's probably a Jake. It looks smaller, like structurally, but had a nice beard. And he was just right there. That's okay. It's fine.
Not sure what's so special about this hillside, but it's clearly the place that ostracized young gobblers are forced to go when the older, mature birds kick them out. With that encounter behind me, I tried to close the distance on the other bird or 2 birds that were down in the bottom, most likely with hens. They would gobble at calls sporadically, but mostly would ignore me and then move away from the direction that I was in. So I shut up and tried to pinpoint the location that they might be headed and set up in that spot. And I got one to gobble about 75 yards at the junction of 2 logging roads. There are a few unspoken truths about turkey hunting that I've learned over the years. One of them is that if a turkey is presented with option A or B to travel, you can almost count on them choosing the unknown option C. That's exactly what happened in this case. The bird was moving either towards me or away from me and decided to pivot and go diagonally right through the woods where there was no obvious trail system.
We're gonna sneak out of here as best we can. We may have been busted, but that bird was just cruising with hens and gobbling on his own, maybe a crow's, and he wasn't really responsive to calling. And I never saw him or anything, any of the birds he was with, but you could just tell by his behavior he wasn't real hot. He would have, if I was a real turkey, he would have gladly had me walk up in there with him, but he was not going to leave and come over, and certainly not going to even do me the courtesy of answering my calling. So I called real sparsely. We got down in this little kind of intersection of a couple logging roads, and it was kind of a cat and mouse thing. I bet we were 75 yards, but never laid eyes on him. So the season's only going to get better. It's really tempting to crawl in there and try to get him, but he's going to be here, and he's going to get more vulnerable as time goes on. So we'll try again later. Thanks for watching, everybody.